Welcome back to Pentiment. In the last episode, we talked to and heard about quite a lot of people, so let's review that real quick because we haven't read their entries yet. Oh, we have something in the Ex Libris? Oh, our past. Right, we chose that we are a bookworm and that we have been to Italy. We know Italian, a little Greek, and we can reference cultural touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. And we like to read. But now let's see. Oh man, so many. We read about Piero already, and that's it. And Ferenc. So let's go. Yeah, let's read about these. Peter Gärtner is the guy who's just in front of us. Husband of Clara, father of Björk, Eva, and Ursula, known for his temper and his dislike of the Abbey, and Leonard Miller. So they don't like the people of the Abbey. Okay, so he doesn't like monks. And Clara is the wife. And Eva and Ursula the kids. Okay, cool. Ursula is very little, cannot talk yet, and York is helping his father in the fields. Yeah, Father Thomas Sprecher, town priest for Tassing, tends to his flock at Our Lady of the Labyrinth. Must be a church, I think. So that's these three. Then we have Otto Zimmermann, town carpenter and son of old Otto, known for his dislike of the Abbey, especially Father Gernon. So nobody likes the Abbey. We don't know who Father Gernon is yet. No. And his last name is Carpenter, by the way. So that fits. Then Johannes Johann Bauer, brother of Franz Bauer, husband of Hedy, father of Veronica and Hans. Johann is friendly with most of the families in town, but is determined to expand his farm. So he's a peasant, and he's called like that. Bauer means peasant. Then we have Peter Gärtner. Oh, he is with them. He's the grandfather, the elderly father of Peter Gärtner, yeah. Peter is perpetually on death's door, but continues to work the field in spite of it. He's the oldest man in town. That's awesome. Him we know. And then, these are all new. Big York Gärtner, the son of Peter Gärtner, and his late wife, Christina, called Big because he is the biggest man in town. So, Clara is his second wife, yeah, here it is. And he is not her son, but Ursula is, I suppose. Second wife of Peter Gärtner, mother of Ursula, yeah, known for her kindness and her concern for her husband's health. So, she seems to be much younger than the husband. Maybe even younger than Peter. Who knows? Looks like it. Klaus Drucker is the Tassing town printer. Yeah, okay. Drucker means printer. Husband to his wife, Mary, and father to Berthold, or Marie. Although Tassing is an unusual place for a printing press, he does brisk trade with pilgrims and other travelers on the Imperial Road. Yeah, Tassing is quite a small village, right? It's interesting that they do have a printer at all. And Eva Gärtnerin, daughter of Peter Gärtner, and his late wife Christine. So they are brother and sister. Eva was largely raised by her brother and father. Okay. So her stepchildren. She also seems older than her, right? Oh goodness. That's that. And we still need to get to the Abbey. Yeah. And where is that shrine, salt mine? Let's go to Tassing. There's the Drucker. Yeah, here. Our Lady of the Labyrinth. That's the church. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. I think now we can leave. I guess we talked to all of these guys. He doesn't talk much anyways. And, oh, we had that already. Maybe it didn't save? That's awesome, though. Okay. Oh, no. I think we chose that. So we choose it again. Just to be on the same path. Yeah, so most probably we had only a save game after we talked to him the first time. Does that mean... Yeah, we cannot talk to the chickens. Nah, there's nothing new. Okay, cool. Let's leave for good. Oh, it's still there. Okay, let's go. Ooh, nice. There's the smith. Oh, so many sheep. Veronica, Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? Martin says, what do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. That looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Ah, morning, Andreas. Excuse us. One of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it. Oh, seems like a quest. Should I offer to... Oh, I can click on that. Should I offer to help? Perhaps helping others also helps us. It allows us to feel useful and take satisfaction in our work. Oh, that's Socrates and Saint... what was he called? From the dream. So they are like our devil and angel on the shoulders. That idiot Martin should be helping them. Yell at him! Give him a good scare! Hey. Okay. Then again, I don't know anything about sheep, and I'd probably just get in their way. Ah. So that might help us in taking our decisions. Let's ask if there's something that I can do. They will tell me. I mean, they know that I have nothing to do with sheep. Have you ever handled sheep before? Well, no. Then no, but thank you. Christian of you to offer. See now, they like me. Oh look, there's something going on up at the Steinhauer's place. Oh. Who are these guys? Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky's giving him an earful. Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding, when Johann pulled his pants down. Clara, Johann, and Peter. Peter we know. Okay. Who's Johann again? Knocked two of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. Do you think he's a noble? He looks really rich. God damn it, Martin. Stay out of trouble for once. What? Aunt Hetty? Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get these sheep under control. Of course, see you later. up your aunt and your cousin, all right? I'm not sure if he would listen to me. I mean, who are we? We're no authority here. Let's talk to the smith. Oh, there are so many sheep. Interest. Oh, Andreas, good timing. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand? Of course. Wonderful. I've got too many irons in the fire. Yeah, or rather, shoes. Horseshoes. I miscounted how many I put in. Now I need a hand, else they'll overheat and I won't be able to work the metal. Oh goodness, it's a minigame. Here, take the shoe in the tongues. Put the hot part of the shoe on the anvil and I'll hit it with the hammer. Okay, hot part on the anvil. Got that. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Ah. Cool. You're making horseshoes. Good, good. Next one. That's awesome. Ah, well done. See? Short work. Yeah, indeed. Thanks for the help, Andreas. I don't know what I was thinking doing all of these at once. It sure would be nice to have someone to help me out here every day. Oh, can we be a smith? Don't look at me, painting is hard enough. Have you considered an apprentice? I have. None of the boys in the village seem interested. Keep at them. I bet you could get Bert Drucker. Oh, he's little. Ha! Klaus would have my head if I tried. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'll see you and Otto up by the Abbey guest... What? I'll see you and Otto up by the Abbey guest house for dinner. Until then... Cool. Entris Schmidt's smithy. It's so much smaller than the one he uses at the Abbey. Okay. Oh, look at the ducks. Very cool, very cool. Can you still... Hello! Get this farm? No thanks. How do we get up there now? We cannot walk up. Yep. Oh, we can! Oh, dang it. Just have to use the paths. But that's it. Oh, wait. Can continue here. Can I go up there? No. Can I go down? Yeah, I can. But there are too many sheep? Church and Druckers. So I cannot interact with the people on the horse, can I? Or is there a path? Yeah, here. But the sheep. Shoo. Cannot shoe the sheep. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, we will never know what happened there. Should we go there? Is that the Drucker? Might be. Yeah, close. What the freak? Morning, Andreas. How is it going? Morning, Klaus. Another day at the Abbey. Another few hours to work on my masterpiece. Good to hear. You still coming by for supper tonight? Marie and Bert would love you to see. Bert is the little one, right? Oh, And Marie is the wife. She looks beautiful. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. Ah, cool. The titular character of a popular 15th century book, Till is a prankster, continually exposing the vices and hypocrisy of others. He's also quite skilled at tricking people into smelling, touching, or eating his excrement. I didn't realize Father Thomas let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas. He's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from heresy, witch mania, adventure stories of questionable moral repute. Your sloppy typesetting. Yeah, I mean, it is sloppy. I mean, he's a priest after all, so it must be heresy, right? But that's pretty funny. He doesn't mind those so much, actually. No? As long as they don't get too carnal. Oh. So, supper tonight after Vespers? Of course, thank you. That was what we wanted. Oh, where we wanted to go anyways, right? To close? Yeah, so after Vespers to close. Great, I'll tell Marie and Bert you're coming. See you then. See you later. Alligator. Okay. There are more sheep. That's back to the common house, and I cannot get up there, no. So off we go. Ah! EP02, don't we? God bless, Master Mahler. I hope your week is going well. Oh, I didn't read it. Good, good, Andreas. I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? I yes, apologize, Father Thomas. I promise I'll make it this Sunday. I do, but I've been working on sketches late at night, and I just stayed up too late on Saturday. I don't want to get into an argument with him about this. Would going to church on Sunday be such a burden? If not for his sake, consider it for your own. A man has many, many duties. Father Thomas should appreciate how hard you work to help the Abbey. Yeah, I think we are a Socrates type of guy. Almost everyone in town works hard, though. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Still. Andreas, this is about more than your success in this life. There is Oh, hello. Oh my, what a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Mahler, this is Lorenz, Baron of Rotvogel, a great lord from the countryside near Worms. And that's a prosperous imperial free city in the western part of the empire. Located on the Rhine River, Worms has been the site of many imperial diets. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbors were as welcoming. Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Innsbruck, and it was terribly dull. Oh, really? Capital of the Austrian country of Tyrol and major stop on the imperial road connecting Italy and Bavaria. It is the closest major city to Kirsau Abbey and Tassing. Notably, it was also the site of witch trials in 1485. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, it has a certain charm common to these Alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles for the emperor's diet. And that's an imperial diet is an assembly of the three colleges of the imperial estates of the Holy Roman Empire: the prince electors, the princes and dukes, and representatives of the imperial cities. They meet to deliberate on matters of importance to the empire. The emperor? Was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Oh. I think as we have the option, we should use it. Oh, fascinating. Well, the city's Jews now live in their own quarter in the north. The city's artists are still producing wonderful work. Titian, in particular, is a god. No offense, Father. Of course. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Kirsau. I heard Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. Abbot of Kirsau before Father Gernot, widely respected by the monks and nuns as well as the people of Tassing, known for his kindness and his love of books, though also the grandfather was talking of him fondly because he didn't do anything against the pagan gods, or accepted that the townspeople still worship them, kind of. A great loss for the abbey and for us all. And no one likes the new guy, right? Indeed. By good fortune, I recently came across a copy of the Historia Tassia he was reading during my last visit. That's an account of the early history of Tassing. Kirsau's previous abbot, Father Matthias, had a copy. Baron Rotvogel brought another to the abbey as a gift. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal, eh? Ah, yes. But I must be off. There will be time enough to discuss Tassing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the abbey through Father Gernot, and I have come to check on its progress. Now we learn about him. He's the new guy, I suppose. Oh, my lord. If you have to come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Mahler here. Yeah, we're not bragging about that, but we are not yet. Not quite a true master yet. I still have to marry and be approved by our city council. Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next few months, he's also helping in the Abbey scriptorium. We know what that is, a room for writing, illustrating and illuminating manuscripts. Though typically associated with monasteries, they have disappeared from almost all abbeys by the 16th century. A Nuremberger artist working in an abbey scriptorium in 1518? Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know the story. Yeah, of course, my lord. It would be an honor. Wonderful. It's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. Come to supper at the abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the abbot's table. But we are at Klaus's place. Did the abbot invite me? Oh, don't worry about it, Father. Just show up at Vespers. What is he going to do? Refuse us? Excellent. We'll see you then. Michlaus, I'm dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Mahler. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord. So then, a journeyman from Nuremberg? There used to be a statue. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not yet be a master. You said you were unmarried? No, I'm not married. But in truth, I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. It's one of the most populous cities in the empire and is located near its heart. It has been home to a respected university since 1379 and is a center for humanist thought. Erfurt, wonderful. The same university as Martin Luther. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. Well, yeah, we know him. Priest and professor of theology at the University of Wittenberg. Controversial for his opinions on the church's sale of indulgences to forgive sin, which were recently published and distributed throughout the empire. So he already wrote his thesis and published them. That's cool to know. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave and brilliant man. Wait, you may have even met him, did you? You must tell me. Ah, no, he was a few years ahead of me. So in general, I wouldn't be just interested in the religious part at all. But for the time, everyone kind of was. They had to, right? To please the church. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they have even read his list of 95 theses against the church. Yeah, there it is. A list of propositions against the church's practice of selling indulgences for the remission of sin. It was written in 1517. Okay, so one year prior by Martin Luther. I mean, this was very revolutionary and important for the time. But I think today we look too kindly towards Martin Luther. His work was important, no question, to reform the church, which was horrible and too mighty. But the problem is that he himself is a problematic person and had problematic views that we today ignore for the sake of what he did to reform the church. Like he was a pretty bad anti-Semitic person. He was not that good person that we want him to be. That's all. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. That's a bit rude to ask that, right? Why are you so interested in my education? Ah, yes. It must seem strange. I did not attend university, but I had a rich private education at my family's estate. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle and Cicero and Ficinio and Erasmus, and everyone in between, and yet to come. So, Aristotle is a Greek philosopher and student of Plato. Renowned as a polymath, he wrote on a wide variety of subjects. His work is extensively cited by current scholars, and even more work is attributed to him than he could have ever written. Erasmus of Rotterdam, a Dutch priest and philosopher who is preeminent among northern humanists. He's known for his works in Latin and Greek, as well as his calls for reform within the church. And Ficino? Marsilio Ficino was a 15th century Italian priest and humanist who was one of the leading figures of the Italian Renaissance. He is well known for his translations of the works of Plato into Latin, and Cicero, of course, a statesman, scholar, lawyer, and renowned orator of the late Roman Republic. He is revered both for his contributions to Latin literature and his skill at rhetoric. I may have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is as well read as any university student. Yes, he's cool. In truth, I'm simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working towards a doctorate, but didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? Aha. Strong understanding of Kevin. Nope. Andreas knows the basics of the fractured system of laws that govern the various states of the Holy Empire or medicine. That's the most interesting. I picked that. All things medical, studying the latest and greatest texts coming out of Italy. Yes, the Italians continue to innovate in that area. Extraordinary, really. Fascinating work. Who knows what secrets we may learn about the human body in the decades to come. Yeah, a lot, actually. That's Ottilia. You! If I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face here again. Him? Curse you, Lawrence Rotvogel. Perched as dogs tearing you to pieces should be too kind of fate. What happened there? These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. We know that there are a few superstitious people. You heard already of Ottilia and the ill... What was his name? The ill guy. The grandfather. Well, what of your early time in university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? The trivium and quadrivium represent the lower and upper divisions of a classic liberal arts university education. Latin grammar, logic and rhetoric from the trivium, arithmetic, geometry, music and astronomy from the quadrivium. Oh, I think we choose again. Did you have a favorite subject? Yep. Latinist. Andres has a strong command of Latin grammar and vocabulary. He can also easily recall sententiae antiquae, quoted words of wisdom from the Roman Republic and Empire. Andreas instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it, is adept at spatial analysis and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. Andreas excelled at rhetoric at university. He is a skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. An occultist. Knows a soul endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, theurgy, necromancy, and various magical rites and ceremonies. Heavens and earth. Knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movement. He's also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. That would go well with the medicine, right? I'm tempted to use that because it will be most useful, I think. but that would go better with what we chose before. So I think, man, that seems it's worth to play through several times, right? And see what the others do. I would like to do a playthrough with all the weird stuff. Like being a rascal or like liking fun and the petty thing and then being an occultist. all the funny stuff. But I think I choose that just because it fits. I loved studying the natural world, my lord, both the heavens above and the wild spaces around us. Formerly, I studied as much astronomy as I could. Yeah, that's actually cool. It's incredible how much we've learned from both the Arabs and the Greeks. Yeah, that's true. True, but even now we continue to discover more about what we can see within the celestial sphere. What began as pagan myths to explain our place in the world may help us understand our place in the heavens. And this may seem foolish, but I spent a lot of time in the wilderness learning about plants and animals. Really? Did the libraries of Erfurt not have enough herbals to satisfy your curiosity? I don't mean to malign our most august Greek and Roman authors, but De Materia Medica was written before the coming of Christ. A pharmacopoeia or book for creating compound medicines, written by Pedanius Dioscorides, a Greek physician and botanist who was employed in the Roman army. The 5-volume text has been a primary source of botanical information for centuries. Surely there is more than we can learn about plants, insects, and animals by observing them in nature. Oh yeah, absolutely. And beyond that, I simply have a love for wild places. While I do not share your academic interest in nature, I must admit that I sometimes enjoy the solitude of a walk in the woods. And your other studies? Was there anything else you excelled at? Now, we can take 2. Awesome. Logic, geometry, and arithmetic. Quite interesting for an artist. Was Aristoteles' organon the foundation of your study? Yes, the organon for logic and Euclid's elements for geometry. But the past few centuries have yielded wonderful new texts on logic. Euclid is a mathematician of ancient Alexandria. He is recognized as the father of geometry and is most well known for his book of Elements, the fountain of all university education on geometry. Peter Abdelard provided the foundation of scholastic philosophy and established the primacy of Aristotle's work. He is a 12th century French teacher, philosopher, and theologian. He is known for his philosophical work in logic and his theological work in atonement theory. He is also remembered for his love affair with his student, the renowned Benedictine nun, abbess, and scholar Heloise Darchantrui. The Englishman William of Ockham gave us the Summa Logicae, arguing normalism against Platonic realism. It's really deep. 13th and 14th century English Franciscan philosopher and theologian, known for his commentaries on Peter Abdelard's 4 books of sentences, his defense of apostolic poverty, and his writings on faith and reason. Excuse my pronunciation of all these words. And of course, Thomas Aquinas gave us the tools to employ both faith and reason in the pursuit of truth. An immensely influential philosopher, theologian, and jurist in the tradition of scholasticism. All monks and friars, of course. A great deal of work to force Aristotle to fit within the church's vision of truth. Is that so wrong? I question that these great men should have had to wrestle logic into what the church established by fiat and force. Ah, there's the abbey. I have good memories of this place and of Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. How did you come to know him? How did you come to know of Kirsau at all? My family have been patrons of Kirsau for, I don't know how many generations. Some years ago, I heard that Kirsau still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript production, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Yeah, I hope that includes him, right? Maybe not the old-fashioned bit. The artists that remain here are quite talented, if a bit old-fashioned. Well, Kirsau is more than a bit old-fashioned. Some of my friends think I'm mad for commissioning a manuscript from an abbey in this day and age. But, well, my family have been patrons of Kirsau for generations. It seems wrong to stop now while there's still talent here. I commissioned a manuscript through Father Ganon a year ago. I thought I would stop by and check on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no. I do know the artist well, the venerable brother Piero. How venerable? He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color. Then I very much look forward to seeing it. Awesome. Miklaus, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, my lord. Well, let's not keep that abbot waiting any longer. What was that? Nuns. Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they were separated. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then, Kirsau is a place out of time in more ways than one. Why were they closed? Monks and nuns living side by side cannot behave themselves. I don't blame them, though. The church shouldn't either. It's just human nature after all. Yeah, that's it. He's right. Ah, you must be Father Garneau. I'm Lawrence, Baron of... Yes, the Baron of Rothvogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Ah, if you say so. I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I wrote ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. Oh, yeah, yes, no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium now. Ah. What's the Book of Hours? type of illuminated manuscript that contains the abbreviated form of the prayers for the divine office, in addition to other religious texts. Most are relatively plain, but wealthy patrons often commission lavish examples with elaborate illustrations. So we don't have the money to pay the rent in advance. I mean, we are here to work. Let's not get into trouble right away. Then get to work! Shit, I should have asked him about in advance for the gardener's taxes. Maybe I could just convince Brother Matthew to pay me early. Oh. Okay. And we are free to go. And thus I'll end the episode. Thank you so much for watching this one. Have a wonderful and adventurous day and goodbye.